any yardstick. Can you just clarify for us, please? Ultimately, it's your decision to send on Mark Noble at the end there. Did you ask him to go on and take the penalty, or did he ask you?
I asked him.
And do you regret the outcome?
Not at all, because Mark Noble is one of the best penalty kick takers we've got. We had time to think about it, time to make that choice. So my choice, my decision. But that's what happens in management. You have to make big decisions, Mike. Sometimes they go, sometimes they don't. And maybe the job's for some people and so it's maybe not for other people. But that's why you have to take the decisions.
Thanks for clarifying.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks. Jack Rosser.
Hi, Jack.
Hi, David. What was going through your mind when you sent Mark on? Obviously, was the record of previous penalties, dragging into the end of last season as well, something that played on your mind?
I just actually thought that we had a really good penalty kick taker sitting in the bench, and I think I'd have been more disappointed with myself if I hadn't made the decision. So if I had given it to one of the other players and they had missed, then I'd be saying, why did I not say Mark Noble was on? And you might be asking me that question as well, why I didn't do that, and the other way around. So that's what happens. Decision making can always be right or wrong.
And just quickly, it's probably typical that Jesse comes back and scores after his performances last season. What did you make of that? And what did you make of the performance as a whole as well? It seemed to be fantastic for 80 minutes and then drop off a little.
I thought we played really well. I don't think we deserved to be behind. I thought we were always in the game. I thought it was a proper game today, a really good game. I always thought we had a chance. So I think we played well. I think we've done an awful lot of good things today. I think there was some really top performances from our players in some of the roles. So we've sort of tried to go toe to toe with Man United today as much as we could, and I think we made a decent account of ourselves. And really, in truth, we could be sitting here talking about being a really good game and a draw probably.
And just very quickly, what did you say to Jesse just then on the side of the pitch?
I was laughing, but the more importantly I said is, how he recovered from his mistake in midweek. He makes a mistake which probably, cost Manchester United the first win in the Champions League. But that's what football does. You always get a second chance in football to bounce back. Jesse got a second chance to bounce back as a player when he was at West Ham last year, so we'll always be grateful for that, for what he done to us. So, I wish he hadn't scored, but we had a chance to get a draw out of it and we missed our chance.
Cheers, David.
Cheers.
Thanks, Jack. Duncan.
Hi, David.
Hi, Duncan.
Sorry to go back to it, but firstly, who was the penalty taker if you hadn't brought Mark on? Was it Deck who had the ball?
Declan was taking it, yeah.
Okay. I just wondered, because obviously we saw in the summer what England, there was a lot of examination of England bringing players on who hadn't kicked a ball to take a penalty, and we saw what happened. Does that go through your mind at the time?
Went through my mind quickly and asked Mark how he felt about doing it. He says, no, he was good. So if he'd said no, then I wouldn't have done it. But ultimately, I made the decision. I'm the one who asked him. And I felt it was because of his record. I felt that he was the one who would be most suited to take it.
Yeah. And you just had a quick word with David De Gea after the press. What did you say to him? There was a couple there. But
we both spoke that. I think he says he hadn't saved one in 40. Well, that's what we knew, that he hadn't saved one out of any of the last 40. So that's football for you, isn't it? We think we're putting on someone who's got, I don't know, you need to check, but as far as I know, Mark Noble's got an incredibly good record of penalty kicks, whether it be in the Premier League or whether it be in Europe. But that's my real understanding. And, I'm thinking Mark going on and David De Gea not saved many. I'm thinking, well, hopefully this is the equaliser.
Cheers, David.
Thanks, Duncan. Any more hands? Any more questions? Roshane.
Hi, Roshane.
Hi, David. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
As you always touched on, good performance, but I'm just wondering how concerned you are that barring Noble, there isn't like an obvious penalty taker, because Rice missed the last penalty against West Brom, I think it was, Antonio missed the penalty against Newcastle. I think I missed the penalty when he was here alone, so how concerned are you about that?
Yeah, I'm concerned, yeah. Because it's something we just don't necessarily have someone who's not, a natural penalty kick taker, but it's an easy thing to work on because you can stand and take penalties every day after training, and players quite often do. It's a different thing when you've got to go in the stage, do it in the stage. So Declan would have taken the penalty kick today if I hadn't made the change. So, but as you know, and the people who watch West Ham over the years will tell you, Mark Noble in the main has been incredibly consistent with his penalty kick taking.
Yeah, thank you, David.
Cheers.
Thanks, Shane. Tom Clark.
Hi, David.
Hey, Tom.
Just going on some of the positives from today. How did you think Zuma performed?
I thought Kurt Zuma was very good. I think his all-round performance, his strength, he done a great job for us. And like we're trying to challenge the teams who are, getting talked about winning the Premier League. I think Kurt will help us do that. And I think that overall the team today challenged a really good team to see if we could we could maybe push it and get closer to them. So really pleased with how the whole team played today. I thought overall it was a good performance. They had periods in the game, we had periods in the game, but it was on the verge of being sort of toe to toe with both teams for long periods.